Hi everyone, so today I will be talking about my neighborhood, City Heights in San Diego. I will be talking about the paths, edges, nodes, districts and areas, landmarks, our community garden, which where we're at, and sense of place. To start off my tour in City Heights, I would like to start here at our community garden in City Heights. Basically, this is where people in the neighborhood will come and plant their plants. They would have to pay for their own space, and they can actually come here anytime they want and tender to their plants. If you notice, there are many different types of plant species. You can see banana trees, there's Thai basil, cilantro. And if you notice where I'm pointing, this garden stretches all the way down the street, and it's such a peaceful place. And many people who come and plant here, they mostly plant food to sell. You can find them in the local grocery stores, or you can find them at your local farmers market, and it's pretty cool. Moving forward, this is 54th Street, so this is basically the edge of City Heights. Later in the video, we will be moving up towards the neighborhood to our local grocery store called Northgate, and also Vian Dong, which are two different local grocery stores that'll cater to different groups of people. And yeah, I will be showing you that next. Heading north towards 54th Street, you will find Northgate Supermarket, which is a Hispanic grocery store. At one point in the 90s, this place was a big Kmart, and the business wasn't too good. It was hard to find the essentials needed for refugees and immigrants to survive in this neighborhood. So in the future, they renovated this area, and Northgate came into the picture, and now the parking lot is full. And not only that, Northgate also created jobs for many people who needed one, which helped bring economic growth for the community. City Heights was once a thriving middle-class neighborhood until they started developing more homes outside of the neighborhood, mostly towards west, towards the beaches. This place became a hotspot for refugees and immigrants. Moving across the street from Northgate, you will find the UPAC Center and a Somali Family Service Center that'll cater to each groups of people. And in a corner of the shopping center, you will also find a major grocery store for Asian community called Vian Dong. This is one of my local grocery stores that I do shop very often. And on the hill here, you will see Kalina Park. So we will get to that next. This is basically a node of the city where many different people come and meet up and enjoy their family time together. If you notice, I am in a parking lot, and I didn't really want to bother too many people because people were giving me looks that I was recording the area. So I kind of distanced myself. And let's go and walk through this area really quick. I'm just going to show you a quick glance of how this Asian community looks like, and what you can find. Just walking through here, you will notice there are different stuff you can find. There's a nail salon, a hair waxing place, a Chinese store for gifts and incense and plants. And just right outside of the store, you will notice there's a couple people selling different plants outside. Most likely this came from the community garden. And this is just a brief look of what the inside of the store looks like. You will find many different groceries, and if you notice, I just walked out with a bag of groceries for my house. Walking up the street, you will get to Kalina del Sol. This place is named after Sol Price. He is the person who helped renovated City Heights back then, and they basically named the park after him. This park was once full of sprawl, and right now it's slowly getting a little better, but you don't see too many people walk around here anymore because it was a little bit dangerous at one point, but now it's getting better. And one of the main attractions is that their basketball court was redesigned, and if you notice, the court looks like the sun, which is pretty nice. And just right above the basketball court, you will find a Star Pal Center that'll cater to the youth. This is basically like a mini police station where they kind of look over the park. This was created in the early 2000s, so that way children can feel more safe in this neighborhood park. It is a pretty big park, so I think it's a really awesome thing that they have that station there. With that being said, this gives us a sense of place where we can all feel safe. Moving up towards the neighborhood on 52nd Street, you will find a local temple. This place is called Wat Sovankari. This is where you'll see a lot of Southeast Asians go and pray. And also they use the temple to do events. Every April they would have a Cambodian New Year celebration, so there will be street vendors selling food. If you can hear the music, you'll notice that there is an event going on right now, so every often you'll see these fun events happen. Moving down on 52nd Street to the left, you will see some apartment complexes. Before that space was just a layer of dirt. There was really nothing there, and now there's a apartment complex that's specifically for Section 8. This is how a common neighborhood would look like. If you notice, like a lot of new neighborhoods now will have really wide open streets, but this neighborhood here is more of a dense area. The streets are pretty tight. It would be hard to get through sometimes, so we would kind of have to share the road. And one of the main things I do want to point out are like the design of the driveways. So back in the 90s, a lot of cars that were made were high, and now if you notice, a lot of new homes will create these low driveways. So it can be pretty difficult, especially if you own a sports car, but that's just an idea of, that I do want to point out. And throughout the years, if you notice, a lot of the sidewalks are dirt sidewalks. It almost seems like some neighborhoods were forgotten. However, there's a new app called Get It Done. This area is actually where my parents live, and we're still working on to see if the city can actually build a sidewalk for us. It is pretty unsafe because there are people who are walking on a street instead of the sidewalk, so hopefully in the future we can get that done, and right now it shows that it's in process, so hopefully pretty soon we'll get that sidewalk. Here's our long street, and to the right of me is a parking lot for the church. And if you notice, a lot of these homes are now renovated, and before the homes looked a little bit run down, but in the future it seems like all the houses here are now renovated to meet more of a standard. So thought that was pretty nice. And this is actually a really nice neighborhood. So where I zoomed at, this place used to be a preschool, but now it looks like it got converted into a house. And now the new preschool is located down the street next to John Marshall Elementary School. So yeah, over time there's growth, and yep, that is me. Yeah, this is where I grew up. I grew up in the 90s, and a lot has changed. And last but not least, I couldn't walk over here, so I had to drive to this area, but I just thought that I point out our landmark. This is the Tower Bar, and this has a lot of history. I did recently see one of the sample videos of City Heights, and just thought that I'd show how the Silverado Ballroom looks like now. And fortunately, we did get to go inside and get a quick tour of how the inside looks like. The cool part is that my wife and I had recently booked the Silverado Ballroom to throw our baby shower. So we are expecting to have a daughter soon, and we are pretty excited about that, that we get to experience the history of the Silverado Ballroom. It looks amazing. Over here is the famous Egyptian building. So, this history behind this is that they created this building after the discovery of the King Tut's tomb, and now it's a liquor store. There used to be a garage here as well, but it looks like it's been closed for a little while. At one point, the tower bar was actually higher than this, so if I could remember correctly, it was way taller than that, but I believe it had to be taken down due to safety issues. And here's the tour of the Silverado Ballroom. So right below us is the Lotus Garden restaurant, and part of that building is the ballroom upstairs, and it looks amazing. So back then, this place used to be a major performance area, and here is a view from up top of the Silverado Ballroom, aiming at the Tower Bar. And I hope you like my video of City Heights, and this place has definitely grown. There has been some gentrification, but it looks like we are still preserving the cultural side of City Heights. Thank you.